Ever wondered what life was really like in Victorian London? From the hustle of street markets to the struggles of the working class and the charm of 19th century traditions, this video will take you on an unforgettable journey. Stick around to explore the untold stories captured in these rare, vivid photographs. This scene captures a slice of life from Victorian London, where ex-convicts or ticket-of-leave men gathered for food and sometimes shelter. These men, recently released from prison, carried tickets as proof of their attempts at reform. The establishment here seems to be a focal point for these individuals, illustrating the stark divide between societal trust and the lingering stigma of incarceration. It's a moment that showcases Victorian society's struggle with reintegration and poverty. In this image, we see a coster, a street vendor, and his trusty donkey, a common sight in Victorian London. Costers were the backbone of the informal economy, selling fruits, vegetables, or small goods on the streets. The donkey cart wasn't just a means of transport, it was a lifeline, a mobile business setup that allowed vendors to traverse the bustling streets. The image speaks to the industrious spirit of the working class, who relied on resourcefulness to make a living. This poignant photograph tells the story of Caney, a beloved London clown whose career was cut short due to a burst vein in his leg. Here he is, mending chairs for a living, yet still occasionally performing on the streets when he felt capable. His hat, umbrella, and solemn demeanor contrast with the whimsical joy he once brought as a clown. It's a reminder of the fragility of livelihoods and how individuals adapted to hardships during this era. This photograph of an omnibus in Victorian London shows a bustling mode of public transportation. Omnibuses were often crowded, with some featuring an upper deck for additional passengers. The driver, dressed in a formal coat and hat, epitomizes the structured yet chaotic flow of urban life. It's fascinating to imagine the diverse conversations and stories unfolding within these horse-drawn vehicles, connecting different walks of life across the city. These women, standing near Covent Garden, represent the hard-working spirit of flower sellers in Victorian London. Selling small bouquets or single blooms, they catered to both the working class and the upper crust of society. Their shawls and baskets add a rustic charm, but their gazes suggest resilience against the challenges of earning a living in a rapidly industrializing city. The market scene here is alive with the sights and sounds of laborers at Covent Garden. The men carry and display goods, most likely flowers or produce, showcasing the physical toll of market work. The man balancing a basket on his head draws attention, symbolizing both skill and necessity. This snapshot of the Victorian economy highlights the importance of markets as hubs of commerce and community. This heart-wrenching image shows a homeless woman and her young son, commonly referred to as crawlers in Victorian London. They moved between shelters, seeking refuge from the harsh realities of life on the streets. Her worn dress and tired expression speak volumes about the struggles of poverty. It's a stark reminder of the era's social inequalities and the pressing need for reforms. This lively street scene captures vendors selling fancy goods, likely trinkets, ornaments, or everyday necessities. The array of items and the interaction between seller and buyers highlight the vibrant street culture of Victorian London. Such vendors were integral to the economy, offering affordable goods to working-class families and adding to the city's colorful character. This photograph shows the bustling financial district outside the Bank of England and the Royal Exchange in 1896. The chaotic mix of horse-drawn carts and pedestrians illustrates the thriving trade and commerce that defined London as a global financial hub. The detailed signage and advertisements also provide a glimpse into the marketing and branding of the era. This marketplace scene shows men in top hats purchasing fish from a young seller in St. Giles, one of London's poorer areas. The boy's entrepreneurial spirit, buying barrels of fish for resale, reflects the resilience of the working class. The juxtaposition of wealthy customers and struggling vendors paints a vivid picture of social disparity during the Victorian period. I'll provide the descriptions for the remaining photos as you continue sharing them. Let me know how you'd like me to adjust the tone or approach for these narratives. This photo, taken in Clapham Common, showcases a typical day in Victorian London. Ginger beer was a popular beverage at the time, especially enjoyed after a night out. Alongside them are mush fakers, umbrella repairers who catered to London's famously unpredictable weather. Umbrellas were an essential item, and these repairers ensured people could keep dry during sudden downpours. This young girl, known as Hooky Alf, waits outside a London pub, hoping to find work with coal porters. Child labor was rampant during the Victorian era, with many children taking up odd jobs to support their families. Poverty forced children to enter the workforce at an early age, performing physically demanding tasks. This photo, taken in 1897, captures a bustling day on Ludgate Hill in London. Horse-drawn carts were the main method of transporting goods during this time. The busy streets and vibrant city center reflect the thriving commerce and activity of Victorian London, with its iconic architecture in the background adding to the scene's grandeur. This young boy shines shoes on the streets of London. Shoe shining was a common job for children from impoverished families during the Victorian era. It provided a quick way to earn money, especially in busy urban areas. Street work like this was a lifeline for many children, despite the harsh conditions. This photo shows Italian street musicians performing in London. Immigrant communities brought cultural diversity to Victorian London while finding creative ways to earn a living. These musicians added a lively atmosphere to the streets, attracting audiences and earning their livelihood through their talent.